Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Hey, freestyle. Welcome back to my 30-day amazing journey challenge. Hey. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We are on day 25 of my 30-day amazing journey challenge. Y'all, oh my freaking gosh. We have 5 days left. Oh. How was y'all Monday? Did y'all have a good day today? Listen, I was off today, right? So I was a little productive. I got out the house or whatnot. I just got back home not too long ago. I had a very good Monday. I love having Mondays off because my job is closed on Sundays. So sometimes I be needing that back-to-back day off. You know, sometimes I just ain't ready to use my energy for other people. I need to recharge and keep some of that energy to myself, you know? So listen, I was having a conversation with somebody earlier. And we were talking about the effects of like what our parents did to us and understanding that sometimes they did the best that they could. They did the best with what they had. And I kind of want to revisit that conversation because I know the very first video that I dropped, You Are Not Your Mother's Mistakes, I talked about, you know, a little bit about my relationship with my mom and how for a long time I felt like I was a bad mom and how I'm trying to come out of the ways of how I was raised. But I really don't think people understand when they say it's like generational curses or whatnot. It's things that's passed through the bloodline. And eventually somebody has to be the one in a family to be like, okay, yeah, this shit starts with me. And that's where I'm at right now. For a long time, you know, I had animosity towards my mom. I hated her. I used to be mad all the time. You know, I used to be hurt, all of that. When I started understanding and knowing the things that she had been through, you know, in her childhood and growing up and in her adult life up until she had kids, I looked at her in a different way. Because at a certain age, you know, if you don't try to work on or heal what it is that you've been through, you kind of become stuck in your ways. And that's where my mom is. And I've come to the point to accept it. I've come to the point to understand, you know, that's just how she is. I can't force somebody to have a relationship with me when they don't even know how to have a relationship with themselves. You get what I'm saying? We have to, at some point, we have to realize that we are not the mistakes that our parents made. We are not the tragedy of our parents. There are times when you might catch yourself, you know, attracting people that's just like your mom or attracting people just like your dad. And see, me, I didn't grow up with a dad in my house. I didn't grow up with any type of father figure. So I was actually attracting men who were like my mom. As weird and crazy as that sounds, I literally was attracting men who acted just like her. And it took me a long time to understand that. It took me a long time to realize that. Just like with raising my kids. It was a time when I realized, wait a minute, I'm raising my kids the same way that I was raised. And I was trying my best to do everything to not raise them how I was raised. And that's when awareness comes in. If you don't face what it is that you're trying not to be like, you're going to actually end up being like what it is that you're running away from. You got to sit down and have a conversation with it. You have to face to face evaluate what it is that you're afraid of. And then come up with a plan so you won't end up like generations before you. And I know it may seem harder than it is because it took me years. Like, I'm 33. I had my first child at 16. And I'm just now getting it, you know, I'm just now understanding it. Some things you just have to learn on your own. And I don't regret anything of it. when I really started evaluating like myself and started really thinking about like what it was my mom was going through and how she had to feel, I started to have a little bit more grace. And you got to have grace within yourself too. You have to talk nice to yourself. Your parents did the best they could with what they knew, with what they had. Some parents, they end up getting it a little later than others. Some parents never get it at all. But when you become an adult and have a family of your own, and that's another thing I want to hit on right quick, because people fail to understand that yes, you have a family that raised you, but when you go and make your own family, you can't keep going off of how you was raised. You have to go with what works best for you and your family. The family you came from is important, but the one that you created, the one that you made, that's the one that matters. That's the one that you're building a life with. Don't be upset because your life didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. Because like I always say, your destiny is in your own hands. You can control how your life goes. There are still days now, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. There are still days when I get a little emotional because I don't have a relationship with my mom, but I'm able to handle it better now. So the relationship that I don't have with my mom is the relationship that I'm building with my kids. Because I don't want them to grow up and go through the same thing that I went through. It's nothing worse than being a female and feel like you're not wanted by your own parents. You get what I'm saying? So don't continue to be angry at your parents. Now, there are times you may have to separate yourself from them, especially when you realize that they don't want to admit, because you can't force anybody to admit anything. If they choose not to admit it, you still have to heal for yourself. Sometimes you have to accept an apology that you're never going to get. Forgiveness is always for yourself, not for the other person. Don't continue to live off your parents' mistakes. Don't continue to live off how they hurt you and how they did this and how they did that. Take that, evaluate it, sit it down, get through it, grow through it, and change the way that you do things and change the way that you look at things. And be a better parent to your kids so they won't repeat the cycle. Somebody got to break the cycle. And in my family, I'm breaking that cycle. Okay? Never get down. Never get discouraged because of what your parents did to you. There's a greater you on the inside willing to come out. Okay? That's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all had a great Monday. I hope y'all had a great start to y'all week. Tomorrow is going to be day 26, and we will have 4 days left, y'all. Okay? Until then, go love on your babies. Go love on your partner. But most importantly, go love on yourself. Until next time, y'all. Peace.